Good morning, everyone. This is Lynn Sugiyama speaking on behalf of the Arizona Buddhist Temple. I want to thank all of you for your support. Today, we are here to commemorate our loved ones who have passed away during these months of July and August. This is our July and August Shotsuki Hoyo. I'd like to begin by reading the names of our loved ones. So for July, this is in loving memory of Toshiko K. Allman, Robert Toru Azuma, Sandra Toshie Barton, Robert Carpenter, Heiichi Doi, Satsuki Fuji, Atsuko Fukumoto, Seki Higuchi, Ei Hikida, Toshio Hikida, Yoshifusa Hirosawa, Fukuo Hosogai, Tetsunosuke Iguchi, Katsumi Ikeda, Misa Ikeda, Tai Ikeda, Masaji Inoshita, Geraldine Kennedy, Sadamu Kuwata, Toshiko Manza, Yukio Miyauchi, Reverend Ryujo Nagoya, Ted Tetsuya Namba, Sadako Jane Oishi, Tomoko Okabayashi, Satoru Okabe, Asano Okuma, Al Sadler, Michiko Saiki, Carl Sato, Chia Sato, Ichi Teraji, Joyce Tobi Naga, Kunie Lucia Tomooka, Marianne Shizue Tomooka, Toyokichi Tomooka, Sho Tozaki, Kuniji Watanabe, and Ronald Yoshioka. This concludes July. This is our August list. This is in loving memory of Aizen Asano, Nobuko Shirley de la Sol, Reiko Fuji, Warren Fua, Sadako Hikida, Hideyo Hisamoto, Matsuhiro Hisatake, Ryukichi Honma, Colin Howard, Betty Inoshita, Sanichi Ishikawa, Yukie Kato, Tsutomu Ben Kawamura, George Minoru Kawata, Linda Hiromi Kosner, Hana Maruyama, Tom Misokami, Baijiro Nakagawa, Joe Nishida, Ryoshin Roy Okabayashi, Kazuko Okabe, Shigeko Mildred Olsen, Kathleen Minato Sproudling, Kei Kaoru Sugiyama, Reverend Unsho Sugiyama, Hisa Takamatsu, Kazuo Takata, Noboru Takiguchi, Phyllis Tang, Kunichi Tashiro, Roy Tom, Miyano Tsutsumida, Junko Ikeda Wilson, George Yamaoka, Kuma Yano, and Ewart Suehiro Yasukawa. Please join me in Gasho. Let's put our hands together and repeat after me. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namman Dubs, Namman Dubs, Dubs. This concludes our list. If any member of your family has been left off, we apologize, but please call the temple and let us know at 602-278-0036. Next, we will have our speaker for our Dharma talk, Reverend Gregory Gibbs from the Pasadena Buddhist Temple. So please listen to his Dharma message. I want to thank you for your support, and please have a good day. Please join me, Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, and have a good day.
Good morning. There's just two of us here recording this morning, so I will remove my mask, but I wanted to remind you all to wear yours when you're outside. Thank you for viewing this service. It is the second Sunday of July of 2022, and this is the Shotsuki Hoyo service for the month of July for the Arizona Buddhist Temple. Lynn and Michael Sensei Tachi are providing the sutra chanting and the very important reading of the names of those to whom we dedicate this service. I believe that Vaughn Sensei is already off at the Kyoshi seminar. We have all lost people we care about. Some of those people we lost in the month of July. We would have liked to have saved them from death. But to do that, we would have had to have been genius physicians or superheroes to save them from the deaths that they endured. Are we at least potentially superheroes? I'm not potentially a genius physician. Well, not superheroes like Wonder Woman or Doctor Strange, because they operate on the basis of magic or divinity. But we Buddhists who rely on cause and effect to transform our lives and the lives of those around us might be a kind of superhero. We probably wouldn't be Wonder Woman or Doctor Strange or even Green Lantern. I'm not sure what that green energy is. But we could be Iron Man, and Robert Downey has vacated the role. So you could be Iron Man. And that's the first thing that struck me when the Iron Man comics came out when I was about 12, is that I could be that. I could learn the technology and turn myself into Iron Man. I couldn't be Superman. I couldn't be Green Lantern. But I could be Iron Man. You could be Iron Man. Or Batman. Batman uses physical training, science, and technology to control cause and effect to some degree. So we could be like Batman or Iron Man. Amida Buddha is a kind of superhero. But Amida Buddha, like Batman, works through cause and effect. If the Buddha is like Batman, maybe I could be like Robin to Amida's Batman. Or maybe I'd prefer to be the butler, Alfred Pennyworth. A kind of a bumbling butler, sort of a Super Grover version of an assistant superhero Alfred Pennyworth. But anyway, if the Buddha's a superhero, maybe we'd be assistants of some kind. The loyal butler, the protege. In one way or another, we will be positive helpers one day. It is my intention to be of real help to those I care about one day. It is my intention, and that intention that we share will bear fruit. Amida Buddha's superpower is the ability to lead all of us toward what is best in us and away from what is small, petty, and self-seeking in us. Our lives include positive potentials, wholesome tendencies, and unwholesome urges. The Buddha Dharma, participation in Buddhist tradition will reinforce our healthy inclinations, reinforce our positive urges, and help us to set aside those proclivities that prevent us from moving toward awakening. However, the Buddha cannot make us take an interest in awakening. We are, as Shakyamuni Buddha told us, like children playing in a burning house. We are oblivious to the danger. The flames of anxiety, greed, anger, and foolishness are consuming us. The danger is very real. The danger of a wasted life is quite real. The teachings of the Buddha can lead us towards fulfilling our potential for wisdom, kindness, and compassion. However, if we remain complacent, we will not take the teachings to heart, and we will not aspire for positive change. It might seem silly to aspire to become a superhero one day, a Buddha, but it's not silly. We all have that potential. We all have Buddha nature, the potential for awakening to oneness. We simply have to turn away from greed, hatred, and foolishness, excessive anxiety. We have to turn away from those. This turning away and settling down comes when we are drawn toward awakening, drawn toward goodness. And we can be drawn toward goodness and fulfillment when we are mindful of the danger that we are in. The danger of a wasted life, a life spent in pain, worry, and sadness. This looms over us and looms over those we love. The house is in flames. Now there are, as we say, 84,000 doorways to the Dharma, 84,000 paths to the true reality of all the Buddhas. Our doorway out of the burning house is a life of trust in the promise of liberation for all. Now we do things. We watch or attend Buddhist Dharma talks. We reflect on the teaching. We say the Nembutsu aloud in forms like Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. But the promise of awakening extended to us by the Buddha is not contingent upon any practice of ours. It does not require us to do anything beyond accepting. Our pathways, the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist pathways, ways of living do lead out of the burning house. Trusting that we are being transformed by the compassion of the Buddha, we can live lives of thankfulness. We may not even notice that we are developing a distaste for greed, anger, and foolishness, but we will notice that we are less anxious and worried. We may not notice much that we're becoming more tolerant, kinder, and occasionally insightful. But this will happen. If we trust in the vow of universal liberation, Hongan, Amida Buddha's fundamental promise of enlightenment for all living beings, this will happen. Saying the Buddha's name can help, occasionally, relaxedly, saying the Nembutsu, can remind us that all this is really happening. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is our real life. This real life we are living right now is taking place in a burning house, a house consumed by greed, anger, stupidity, by fear, and negative urges. We are in real peril, real danger. But there are those 84,000 windows and doorways leading out of the burning house. Allow me again to urge you to take the Nembutsu exit, the Nembutsu path into goodness and security, the Nembutsu escape from the burning house of negative urges and crippling anxieties. It is a simple path of trusting and living gratefully. We don't immerse ourselves in saying the Nembutsu for hours on end. We say or reflect silently on phrases like Namo Amida Butsu occasionally, relaxedly, but reverently. This can be our door out of the burning house, our path into the great wide open. So this will be the relatively brief Dharma message for the second Sunday of July 2022 for the Arizona Buddhist Temple. This is our Shotsuki Hoyo service for the month of July. For those of you who lost someone in the month of July, please accept my most sincere condolence. Some of those friends and relatives have already become Buddhas, a kind of superhero. Eventually, their awakening will bring a resolution of their problems and ours as well. The central meaning of this Dharma talk is to remind all of you and myself of what is happening. Illumination of our lives is being given by the Buddha through the Buddha Dharma. We will one day help to liberate all people. Even now, we are being weaned from greed, anger, stupidity, our addiction to greed, anger, foolishness, and anxiety. We are being weaned from them by the Buddha's kindness. We must let wisdom, compassion, and kindness settle in. The Japanese term ketsujo or sadamaru. This settles in very gradually through the Buddha's kindness. We can have this wisdom, compassion, and kindness settle into our lives. It settles in like warm water on a cold day, keeps us soft and gentle. And that gentle process will very gradually turn us into enlightened helpers, Buddhas, a sort of superhero. That's the message for July 10th of 2022 for the Arizona Buddhist Temple. I again thank your minister's assistants. Perhaps Vaughn Sensei is there with you, and also, of course, Michael Sensei and Lynn Sensei for chanting the sutra and reading the names of those we dedicate this service to. I thank you for listening to the Dharma message, and I hope I will see you in person before too very long. I will close the Dharma message portion of the service with Gasho and saying the Buddha's name. Join me as you wish. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.